Hey, so I have recently figured out, or realized, not really figured out, realized I should probably reintroduce myself. My first video on YouTube was 3 years ago, I think, and it was kind of like as a way to keep myself accountable for something that was going on. I don't really remember, and it's kind of been up and down a lot, you know, putting videos out and whatnot, but I've gotten much better about how to figure it out. I've gotten more savvy with my phone and editing on that, because I really only had editing equipment on or software on my desktop, and I rarely ever got on my desktop, especially during busy times. But I've gotten way better about like how to video and just do like quick stuff instead of doing like a lot of long stuff. So hey there, if you've been watching and don't really know who I am, even if you've been watching and do know who I am, my name is Samantha, as it says, and I have recently, well, I'm about to turn 31 this year, and I recently gave birth to a little girl, obviously, as for the pregnancy stuff, but outside of that, I do weightlift, as obvious by the weightlifting videos, but outside of what has been posted here, yeah, I am turning 31 this year. I've been married to my husband, Matt, since May 2012, so this year is going to be our 7-year anniversary. We've been together for over 8 years, yeah, and currently I am in education. I am an instructional coach on a campus, as well as a secondary English as a second language specialist. So basically what that means is, on the instructional coaching side of it, I go into teachers' classrooms and not only coach them on their instruction, but I also meet with them outside of that and kind of do a co-teach sort of thing. And I work predominantly with the teachers who have ESL students, so students who their first language is not English, and it is a widespread variety of languages as well as levels. So I coach them on how to instruct those students. I go into their classrooms and either observe, depending on what day it is or what I'm looking for, or I actually get involved with teaching the kids. So a lot that goes behind the background is a lot of meetings with them about upcoming lesson plans, or at least what they're doing for that week. And then on the coaching side, we then do debriefs of how they think that went, what do they think could have gone better, what are they going to do next time, a lot of goal setting. And I don't just work with English. I do have a certification in in English language arts and reading. That is what I was before I transitioned out of the classroom into being an instructional coach. I was a junior level teacher. So even though that is my certification, as well as being certified in ESL instruction, I actually work with all contents. My predominant focus is English and social studies. However, I have gone in and helped with the maths, sciences, and career and technology education classrooms. It really just kind of depends on where I'm needed and at what point. And outside of working with new teachers as their instructional coach, I have worked with veteran teachers who maybe wanted to hone their craft, or they were new to teaching ESL students, so they needed me in there to kind of help with that or coach them with that. And then my other hat is a secondary ESL specialist. And what that means is I am working with the teachers of ESL, admin who oversee ESL. Currently on my campus, we have 600 students that are served, which actually makes up about a quarter of our campus. But then outside of that, we have close to half the campus that was at some point an ESL student. So I work closely with administrators over those students, the administrators over our active students, the counselors, the other ESL specialists, content specialists, district level personnel, depending on what's going on. I help with running trainings, as well as helping with anything that is compliance based. So I work closely with our compliance manager. There did used to be 4 of my position, but now there is only 1 1.5. We have two. And the other ESL specialist, she does other sides as of working with the community, working more closely with students and remediation, whereas I am with the teachers and the students in the classroom, as well as all the admin and data that goes down with it. So that is me. So another thing with this is I did not know about this kind of position when I first got into teaching. I thought it was you were either a teacher or you were a principal. There's so much more to that. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, because my label and job description is very, very wide and very, very lengthy. That's just some of what I do, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I do. This is my 5th year in education, 5th year on my campus, so I haven't really gone anywhere. I do love the campus I work in. It is what I guess you would call urban campus, based on our demographics. We are a Title I school, so a lot goes down here, and I absolutely love it. My campus is kind of deemed as like the troubled campus. However, I don't see it as trouble. The students are wonderful. They're teenagers, so teenagers are difficult regardless of where they're at, regardless of who they are. A few goals that I do have, if you haven't seen before, is I do want to compete in my first powerlifting meet sometime within the next year. That's what I'm working toward. And another goal is to eventually become a certified personal trainer, so that I can have a supplemental income for summers and holidays, because although I like my career, I would like something possibly to fall back on, or eventually be able to really set my own schedule, especially now after giving birth to my daughter. And becoming a personal trainer kind of still works in the education field. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and an associate's in business, so it also fits exactly with what I went to school for. Both my current career and what I'm aspiring to be does. And when it comes to a CPT, I mainly want to work with pregnancy and postpartum, because it's really hard to find really good information out there. And being someone who has just gone through the pregnancy part of it and currently going through the postpartum part of it, it would be really nice to have more people out there. I have been lucky enough to find some people who are specifically trained with pregnancy and postpartum, but I just feel like there needs to be more advocates, especially with the pregnancy part. People, when I was pregnant and lifting, people always were telling me to slow down or be careful, even though I was doing everything that I was allowed to do. So yeah, that's me. That's who I am. So thanks for watching my new reintroduction video, and yeah, hoping to keep this up and have a lot more to come. So not only is there more weightlifting coming up, but there is more momming and more recipes, and I am super excited for summer. That is in like 7 weeks. So that's definitely when things are going to get kicked up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Go watch other videos, subscribe, like, do what you need to do, and you will see me later.